Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the channel. It's Nora from Nora's Gardening Journey, and today's episode is for anyone who's ever thought, can I really make money from chickens, or where do I even begin with a backyard chicken project? Well, I started with zero experience and a small patch of land, and now I am attempting to turn this into a self-sustaining, egg-producing, chick-hacking, happy little backyard homestead. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how to start raising chickens from scratch, what to expect, and how to eventually turn your hobby into profit. Now, the first thing I want you to bear in mind is I want you to figure profit at first, which is making a mindset shift. Now, let's be real. If you're just starting out, don't jump into thinking you're going to get rich from eggs the next week, because that mindset will always lead you to frustration. I want you to start with a curiosity mindset. Start with passion. Start with the goal of learning and enjoying the experience as you go. Why? Because the first few weeks will be very messy. I promise you. Mistakes will happen. The hens might not lay right away, and some might even get sick. So your real goal in the beginning should be to learn how to care for the birds, to understand the breeds, to get the right setup, and to manage the health, the feeding, and the seasonal needs. And once you nail that, then you can think about scaling up. Also, where do you start? With no experience necessary. So if you have never raised chickens before, here's what I would recommend. First off, start small. So start with 3 hens and 1 rooster. That is a maximum, or 2 hens and 1 rooster. Also, check your council or check your state rules for how many hens or how many chicken, how many roosters you can keep based on your property size and scale and so forth. And some states and some councils have other rules where you need permission from neighbors and so forth. Number 2 is to choose common affordable breeds. So don't spend rare breeds. It's not worth it, especially when you're learning. So I just got Rhode Island chicken breeds, and that was actually the easiest breed and the most easiest breed to lay eggs. Step 3 is to use what you have. So if you have a backyard, if you have a chicken corner, if you have a rooftop space, you can set up a coop. You can get a coop from the pet store, or you can even set it up yourself. There's a couple of really good videos out there on YouTube to show you step by step on how a DIY simple coop setup. And step 4 is to overbuild, because you need a simple wooden coop with dry bedding, and you need clean water, and this is actually all you need to begin. Also, don't compare yourself to big breeders. Just start where you are. I know it gets kind of overwhelming, especially when you're on YouTube. You see all these big breeders, you compare yourself, you try to learn from them, but at the same time you feel bad because you're like, this is not going to work until I do it exactly the way they're doing it. No, don't fall into this mistake, because it's just like a loop of frustration and overwhelm. And let's talk about your biggest investment, your first investment, which is a budget-friendly choices. So I want you to avoid the temptation to spend big on rare or ornamental chicken. It can be really hard. So I always tell beginners, start with local or hybrid breeds that cost less. I just got mine for $30 per chicken, and that was the price that everyone usually paid for here in Melbourne. Also, don't buy fancy cages or feeders yet, and focus on learning first. So an example setup would be the coop is a DIY from recycled wood or pallets that you've built yourself. Feeders, you could use plastic or metal trays. Feeds, you could start with pellets, local grains, or you can even give them DIY homemade feeds, which I've talked about in the previous video. You can also link the video in the description box below. Now, with that being said, let's talk about when it becomes a project. So once you know these 3 things, number 1, know your dog's behavior. Number 2, you understand how to prevent disease. And number 3, you have successful hatchings, consistent egg laying. Once you know these 3 things and you have them on hand, that is when you begin, and that is when it becomes more than just a hobby. So from there, you can sell fertilized eggs, raise or sell chicks, sell eggs directly to neighbors or to local markets or even on Facebook, and create content like this, where you would teach others what you've learned along the way. And the key here is consistency, patience. Also, reinventing small profits back into your setup is a big thing as well. So let's talk about some feeding tips for summer as a bonus segment in today's videos. So right now, it is autumn, and I just want to share with you what I've been using in summer in Melbourne, which was just about a month ago. and how I adjust my feedings during the farm time. So during the farm time, it was really hot in Melbourne. It even spiked to around 39 Celsius, even before use as well on some days. And it was so hot, it's unbearable. So here's what I did to adjust the feeding. I used less dry feed in PK. I always added cold water. I use clay balls if necessary when I had them on hand, and I refresh them 2 to 3 times a day. I've also I introduced more of the snacks like fruits, vegetables. They love cucumbers, they love watermelon. I added lettuce as well and cold bursts, really help them. And I just occasionally chop some greens, especially the silver bait. I've got a video on the silver bait, how we had just used woody rope and we paint it, but the kids to feed the chickens that way. And they absolutely love these. All these cold herbs and cold vegetables really help to cool down the chicken in the summertime. Let's sum it up. Start small, learn before you earn, don't invest too soon, and build slowly and enjoy the process. And you stay consistent. One day your chicken's food's just, it'll be able to support you, and they'll not just feed your family. Actually fund a part of your lifestyle too. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you are planning to start your own chicken and your for Christmas. I'd love to cheer you on. Until next time, take care and have a great day. All the best.